Namaste and welcome to this Yin Yoga practice for the hips and heart. So I invite you to come down to the ground, find your comfortable seat, and when you're ready, close your eyes. You might like to take a few deep breaths here. Maybe sighing your exhales out of your mouth. Letting go of anything that's happened before this practice. Letting go of anything that might be waiting for you on the other side. Drawing all of your awareness into this present moment. This next half an hour is especially for you. There is nowhere you need to be. Nothing you need to be doing or thinking about. When you're ready, let's blink, open the eyes, and we'll begin with our seated warm-up. As you inhale, we'll circle sweep the arms overhead, gazing up between your hands. Exhale, hands to shoulders, out to the sides, chin towards chest. Inhale the hands back to the shoulders as you roll your shoulders away from your ears, and exhale, rounding through the spine, pushing your hands away. Inhale to lift the body, arms and gaze. And exhale, folding forward, bringing the hands to the ground, bowing your head. We'll do that twice more. On your next inhale, we'll lift the body, lift the arms and the gaze. Exhale, hands to shoulders, out to the sides, chin towards chest. Inhale the hands back to the shoulders as you lift the chin. And exhale, rounding through the spine, back of the heart, backwards. Inhale to lift the body, arms and gaze. Exhale, folding forward, hands to the mat, bowing the head, a full round of breath here. Last time, inhale to lift the body, arms and gaze. Exhale, hands to your shoulders, out to the sides, chin towards chest. Inhale the hands back to the shoulders as you lower them away from your ears. Exhale, rounding through the spine, pushing the hands away. Inhale to lift the body, arms and gaze. Exhale, folding forward, bowing your head. 3 breaths here this time. Wonderful. And now on your next breath in, let's slowly make our way up to sitting. And I'll demonstrate our first shape, which is shoelace. So there's lots of options here. You might like to sit on the edge of a folded blanket. You'll send your left leg down the mat. You'll cross the right leg over the top. You might support your right knee with a block or a cushion. Another option is to fold your left leg so the heel comes towards the bottom, but you're not sitting on it. To come out of the shape, we'll just unravel the legs. Another option, over time you might like to fold forward, or you can stay sitting up. So those are the options for your shoelace. Let's begin. So left leg either stays extended down the mat, or you might fold it beneath you. Right leg on top. And you're ready, closing your eyes. You might like to bring the breath here. Take some deeper belly breaths. Feeling the belly expanding like a balloon. If you hadn't already guessed, we are working into the hips with this shape. So if you're feeling any pain sensations in your knees, You might want to sit a bit higher on a prop. Over time, you might allow the head to bow. You might walk your hands out and lean on them. Coming into the pose and finding a gentle depth. Resolve to be still here. We'll be holding our shapes today between 3.5 and 4 minutes. So I will tell you when we are halfway and then invite you to enjoy the rest of the shape in silence so that you can really dive deeply into that stillness. We are now halfway. Last 3 breaths here. And then at the end of your 3rd breath, if you're folding forward, slowly walk the hands in so you're sitting upright. Let's lean back on the hands so you can unravel the legs. Send the legs down the mat, closing your eyes and coming back into that stillness. As though you never moved. If you'd like some movement, you might sway the feet from side to side. Now let's do the same on the other side. So this time the right leg either stays extended down the mat as you cross your left leg over the top. You might support your left knee with a block, or you might fold the bottom leg beneath you. You might stay sitting upright to begin with. Just give yourself a little bit of time to settle in on this side. Perhaps you notice you might need to support yourself differently. Perhaps using more props or less props. I invite you now to be aware of where you might be gripping and holding. can you use your breath to soften into the shape? Perhaps sending your breath to any areas that might need a little support. If you're feeling any pain sensations, any tingling or burning sensations, then that's your body asking you to perhaps position yourself differently. But perhaps that tension, that gripping or holding, is coming from the mind. The mind is struggling to let go, to allow you to soften. Perhaps you'd like to affirm, I am safe, I'm supported. Wonderful. We are halfway into the holding of our shoelace. Last 3 breaths here. At the end of your last breath, slowly walking the hands in, bringing the spine upright, removing any props you might have used, leaning back on your hands to unravel the legs. We take these rebounds in between each shape, because the body can feel quite fragile after these long holds. So we take a few moments to let that stress that we introduced to integrate into ourselves. And then when you're ready, you might like to introduce some movement, perhaps shaking the feet from side to side or massaging your knees, the legs. Our next pose today is Swan, another one for the hips. I like to use my folded blanket to support my knees, to add some extra padding onto my mat. For this shape, we'll begin on all fours. You'll bring your right knee in towards your right wrist, and you'll walk your left foot and knee back. Your right foot is either towards the body where the groin is, or you can send it out towards the other side of the mat. You can support your right hip with a block. You might stay on your hands upright. You might come onto your forearms, or over time you might fold all the way forward. Another option, if you have a bolster or some pillows, you can use them to lay your body on. To come out of the shape, we'll sit ourselves up, remove any props. We'll sit onto that right hip so that we can bring the left leg around. So that is how to get in and out of swan. Inviting you now to come to all fours, bringing your right knee towards your right wrist, sending the left leg down the mat. Remembering you can support your right hip. You might stay upright in swan, or over time you might fold forward, coming into sleeping swan. You'll notice some external rotation of your right hip. And this gentle opening in the left hip flexor and quadricep. Beginning to observe the sensations. Allow your muscles to soften and relax. Perhaps noticing whether you're gripping in your shoulders or your hips. Again, can you invite in ease? Can you let go? Can you soften into stillness? We are halfway. Last 3 breaths here. At the end of your 3rd breath, if you are folding forward, let's press the hands into the mat so you can lift the spine and body upright. Sit to the right so you can free up your left leg to bring it around. Pausing here. Noticing the difference in the left side and the right side of the body. Perhaps sitting and sending both legs straight down the mat now. If you'd like, you might sway your feet from side to side, perhaps giving the legs a bit of a massage. Now we'll do the same on the other side, so coming back to all fours. This time bringing the left knee towards the left wrist, sending the right leg back down the mat. Option to use a prop beneath the left hip. You might stay upright for a few breaths to begin with, just to allow you to anchor into the shape. And give yourself time here for your body to open to gravity. Using your props and allowing them to hold you. Beginning to focus on your breath. Noticing this expansion as you inhale and a softening as you exhale. Allowing your shoulders to drop and soften away from your ears. If you're folding forward and your head begins to feel quite heavy over time, you might use a prop beneath your forehead. Whether you're stacking your hands to rest your forehead or using a block. Beautiful, we are halfway now. Last 3 breaths here. At the end of your 3rd breath, slowly bringing your spine upright, sitting to your left so that you can bring your right leg around, holding here. If you'd like, you can send both legs out in front of you to lean back on your hands. If you'd like some gentle movement, you might sway the feet from side to side, perhaps bringing the soles of the feet to the mat and lowering the knees. Now we'll begin to set up for our final shape. I'm going to move my blanket from my mat because I'm going to use it for a pillow. If you have your bolster or some pillows, you're going to bring them lengthways onto your mat. You're going to sit just in front. Your legs might stay extended down the mat, or you might bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to lower out to the sides. Over time, we'll fold and lay back over the bolster, bringing your arms out to the sides. To come out of the shape, we'll hold the edges of your mat, lean over to one side, slowly sit yourself up. That is our reclined bound angel. If your bolsters feel quite high, you might use a blanket towards the head end. Let's begin. So choosing which position for your legs, laying back over your props, sending your arms out to the sides. And really allowing yourself to be held and supported by your props. Allowing gravity to move you deeper. A reclined bound angel is a gentle restorative pose for your hips, for your shoulder joints and the spine. It helps to calm the nervous system. It opens the heart to support deeper breathing. We are now coming up to halfway. And I invite you here to drop into silence. Last 3 breaths. And at the end of your third breath, holding the edge of your mat, leaning onto one side, slowly sitting the body upright, sending your legs down the mat if they're not already there, leaning back on your hands, dropping back into that stillness and silence. Wonderful. If you like some gentle movement, you might sway your feet from side to side, massage the legs, maybe folding forward after that extension of the spine. That might feel nice. Let's begin to set up for Shavasana now. Let's move those props from out behind you. And when you're ready, coming to lay down on your mat. The legs might stay long. You might fold the knees and bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Your hands might rest on your body or on the ground, palms up or down. Let's take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, let everything go. Allow your body to melt into the support beneath you. Allow your body to feel held. Thank your body for the work that it's done, that it does for you all day, every day. We are coming towards the end of our time together. I invite you to stay here for as long as you need. I'm going to go ahead and close the class. Thank you so much for spending your time, your energy and this practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.